You know how some men like to try to pounce on married women because it's a challenge? Mm-hmm. Women do the same exact thing. Okay. And there are women, who will be... Some could be jealous of what they think you have. And some women could play it like it's a game where you think he faithful to you? Oh, you think, you got it like that? Let me show you, because he likes all my photos, and I promise you, if I respond to one of his comments or if I shoot him a DM, I got your nigga. Welcome back to your weekly dose of Life After I Do podcast. Hello, it's me.
I've been wondering if after all these years you'd like to meet
to go over everything.
Stop. You know I love me some Adele.
Hey guys, it's me.
You know I love me some Adele.
Aisha and Maurice.
Hey Booskies.
Hi.
How was your week?
What's good?
Go ahead, tell the people.
Tell the people what?
They weekly update all your gym shenanigans.
Oh my gosh, you make this a thing. By the way, no, I don't.
I mean, you keep it going.
I don't, but if you insist,
I got me a little soda.
Soda.
Oh
my gosh. Yeah, everything's good. I had a good week.
Hold on, it's zero sugar. People, calm down.
I don't think they cared that much. I don't really think they care. I had a good week. It wasn't bad. Nothing negative to report, I guess I should say.
How are your lifts?
Like out of 10, I would give this week's lifts a solid 7.5. Okay. Like a 7.5, 8.
How was your weeks outside of your lifts?
Good.
You look good.
Thanks.
What else?
Yeah.
Just a good week?
It's a good week. Still in summer mode with the kid, preparing for camp. Been getting everything together for that. Me and mom duties. Got to spend time with my cousins over the weekend. That was really great.
Y'all played my life, too.
That was really great.
Y'all
I missed my cousins.
My life. I said... Babe, is this like a family thing or is it like a cousin thing?
Because it was just us getting together.
I'm not trying to be around too many ovaries.
Oh my gosh.
You know I have an ovary limit.
And you know that your wife has a family, so...
Yeah.
So...
And I was the only dude there. You came
with your family.
I was the only
You were
dude.
not.
Who was there?
My nephew's son.
Oh my God. Our nephew?
My cousin's son.
Are you our little cousin that was 7?
Yes.
Again, I was the only man there. Okay.
He is a young man.
He's a child.
He's a young man.
He is a child.
Yeah, but so that was fun. That was really fun because I missed my cousins. I missed my little cousins. I missed my kid being around her cousins.
Y'all too much when y'all get together. Y'all be doing the most.
It's a fun time.
Be doing the most.
It's a fun time when you're around family you like.
Is it right? Key point that you like.
It's a fun time.
Because I can how much time you got? Like, I list the ones I don't like.
Bye. But yeah, outside of that, gym was good. Home life was good.
That's good.
How was your week?
My week was great until today.
Okay.
Why? Look here. First of all, the job messed up on my check.
Okay. That always sucks.
And at first I was mad. But then I was like, that just means I ain't got to work tomorrow.
That's not what that meant.
That's exactly what that meant. That meant
that's what that translates to in your head.
Right. That means I go ahead because I don't want to because they got to make up my pay and I don't want my check to be too much because then the government, Uncle Sam wins.
Oh, okay.
We don't need Uncle Sam to win more than what he's already winning.
That's true.
So I say, you know what? That's good.
I'll just take it easy.
And then to whoever stole my shaker cup today.
Are you sure somebody stole your shaker cup and you just didn't leave it at a different station?
Whoever stole my shaker cup today, your mama's a hoe. She giving out Velveteen rubs in the bathroom. She walking Figueroa Street.
Oh my.
And your daddy got 20 years of life and he's somebody bottom bitch.
Oh wow. All this because he thinks someone stole his shaker cup.
I know somebody did. Because it's all them goddamn teenagers.
There wasn't even that many teenagers in there today.
Oh my God, it was. And there's this one kid, The way he was lifting on the Smith machine, I said, look here, I normally don't say nothing to people. I let them do what they do.
But you finna take your whole back and neck off?
I said, look here. I said, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're going to hurt yourself. You're going to pop your elbow out of place.
Oh.
I've never seen somebody lock out as hard as he was locking out. I said, you're going to hurt yourself. Then he was slamming against his chest. I said, look, you're doing too much. I said, first of all, you're going to have to lose weight.
Okay.
Because you're doing too much.
So I think, so when I went to the gym with my nephew, when we were at my sister's house, what was it, last month, right? And we went to the gym. And so he did my workout and he was like, Auntie, he was like, you want to do some bench? And I was like, oh, dang, like today's not my real upper day. I was like, but I'll acquiesce. And so he wanted to do some bench, right? Mm-hmm. So I said, Kamari, have you bench pressed? And he was like, yeah, I have. I was like,
nah.
Look, I know my nephew got a little time under his belt, but he still don't strike me as the one that was out on the yard bench pressing. So I was like,
he strikes me as he might be did some push-ups and some pull-ups.
Yeah, great at that. Body weight is perfect for that. So I was like, I said, okay, Kamari, we'll do some bench. So I said, well, how much do you bench? And he was like, what you mean? And I was like, okay, that was the first red flag. That was the first red flag. I said, Kamari, how much do you bench? Like, how much do you want me to put? How much do you want me to put on the barbell?
Yeah.
And I was like, do you start at 135? Do you start at 95? Like, he was like, well, I just know the plates. And I said, okay, do you use a big plate, the 45s, or do you use like the mediums, the 25s, the 35s, or whatever? And he was like, oh, I can do those, the big plates. And I said, okay, so we're going to do one on each side. So we'll start at 135. And he was like, okay. So I put the 135 on there, right? And so I'm looking at him set up and I was like, why are you setting up like that? He was like, that's how you do it. And I was like, no, it's not. And he was like, Auntie, have you ever seen, he goes, have you ever seen prison shows?
Oh, God. Okay.
And I said, yes, Kamari, I have seen prison shows. He was like, have you ever seen them bench press? Okay. Yes, Kamari. I said, but that's really a whole different. I said, okay, so that's where this is coming from. So when you said that, I was like, and you said he kept slamming it on his chest.
Yes.
I said, oh, he saw it on the prison show.
I said, he's gonna hurt himself.
My nephew was the same way.
He's gonna hurt himself.
I said, look. I said, you don't have a lot of chest to start with, so you probably shouldn't be slamming it like that.
You gonna hurt yourself.
Oh, your chest.
But I mean, all was a good week.
Mm-hmm.
Preparing, like you said, preparing for camp and all that shenanigans.
Mm-hmm. To shenanigans, right? Only when we come back home to shenanigans.
I'm not looking forward to the heat.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to the heat, but I am looking forward. I like checking out new gyms, so I am kind of looking forward to seeing
Speaking of new gyms, I might be looking for one because after the mother who stole my cup
oh my
today.
gosh, no one stole your cup, dude. What probably happened is that you left it at one of the machines, and if it's a person that's like usually I would probably take it to the front.
They kept my cup.
Other times, I mean,
okay,
I'm not admitting to anything, but some people throw your stuff in the trash.
I will say this. So after I realized my cup was missing, I was already.
That's not how your day started. Wrong though.
I was already irritated.
I was gonna say you gotta start from the top.
I was irritated from the top today.
Okay, started from the top.
First, the dog got me dirty, and I didn't have no more workout clothes. This is I said, God damn it. Then the gym was crowded. Mm-hmm. It took me literally 40 minutes to get through 3 movements. I said, look here.
It's not where you want to be.
School needs to be back in ASAP because I don't know where. And I think I texted you. I said, we are never coming at this time again. This is ridiculous. I said, if I got to go off 1 hour of sleep.
But at 10:45, 11 o'clock, clears out.
That's why
I told you. You either get there at 7 or 8 or you get there at 11.
And that's what I'm telling you. If we can't be there at 7, we wait until 11.
Yeah.
Because I'm not doing that today.
That's fine.
What I did today, I'm not doing that again. I prefer to get there early. Now, when I was going early, my 4:30, 5 a.m. crew, we understood each other. Okay. We knew that we had jobs to get to. And we was
still go at that time.
And we was out of each other's way.
You can still go at that time.
But these new news, I don't know.
You can still go at that time.
I almost went looking for the LA Fitness guy that was trying to give me free 7 days.
I mean, you do have a free 7 days there. And his selling point was, it's not as busy over there.
Yeah, not anymore.
We know. That's why y'all giving us 7-day passes.
Right.
We understand. That's why you're giving us 7-day passes.
What we got today, Booskies?
We have a reaction to a clip that I had came across.
Are you playing the clip?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna need you to connect.
We're gonna play the clip
so you can play the clip here.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, so it's and it's something that we have like hit on before, as far as when it comes to relationships and social media, especially like marriages, and more importantly, men liking other women's shit.
Does it matter who it is?
What do you mean?
No, I'm just saying that.
Goodbye. Doesn't matter who it is.
I can't like my sister's proposal.
Is she a girl?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Damn. Played myself.
I'm teasing. But it's one of those things that keep coming up. Like, I feel like no matter how often it's talked about, it's still something that keeps coming up. Everybody still has an opinion about. Everybody still wants to put their 2 cents in on. It's still a thing. Like, no matter how many times it's talked about, it's still a thing in relationship and in marriage. I'll let you know what my views are on it. But I do think that there are different rules. You know, I won't say like drastically different rules, but I personally feel as though that there are different rules.
Before we get too deep in this episode, is this an episode where you finna try to tell me about myself? We ain't had one of those in a long time.
What are you talking about?
You know, because every now and again you come up with a topic because you want to get something off on me.
Maurice, that is all in your head.
Okay, no, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Go check the comments.
I'll check the comments.
Okay.
People don't live with you on a daily basis. So the comments mean nothing to me. They don't know what you are like on a daily basis.
You know what? Play the clip.
So
roll the
they
clip.
can say what they want.
Roll the clip.
The number one question that you want to talk about, should your partner be liking other women's posts on IG?
No, I don't think they should. I don't think that you should be liking, like you said, so I can't like my friends. 90% of the women, 99% of the women you follow are not your friends on Instagram. Like it's like, because of, and this is what she said, and this is like so factual that men don't get it. When you do that, when your man likes this girl's picture, not you personally, Joe Schmo likes her picture, that woman then, because I'm a woman and we know how women are then thinking to themselves, is he happy? Why is he liking my picture?
Wow.
And then you're going to share it with your friend. Hey, look, guess who just liked my picture, but he's married. What do you think about their marriage? And then, like you said, all this little talk goes on behind the scenes just because you liked a picture.
This is how crazy you women are. The number one.
That part was funny. He was like, this is how crazy you women are.
That's crazy.
Why?
That is crazy.
Explain to me why you think that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Explain to me why you think that's crazy.
Essentially, what I got from the clip is he saying that don't do it from a vanity point of view.
Don't do what? Like pictures?
Yeah.
Like photos and videos?
Because what could be perceived by another individual, that's wild to me.
What do you mean? Like, explain that into further detail for me.
For instance, let's say I like someone's picture.
Okay.
Right? Mm-hmm. And obviously the whole world knows I'm married because all I do is talk about your ass.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So if I like someone's picture, she gonna assume that we not happy because I like their picture. So now she gonna go talk to her friends and go, they must not be happy over there. She must be doing something wrong because he out here looking at other women.
That's not crazy at all.
That is.
Can I
do I not have eyes?
Let me ask you a question. Do I have eyes? Can I ask you a question?
You can ask all the questions I want. Or you want.
Let's say I'll just use the gym for an example. Okay. We're at the gym and you and I are working out together.
Okay.
And there are really attractive men constantly passing by. Okay. How comfortable would you be with me constantly telling you how attractive like they are as they pass by? If we're working out together and we're like talking, we're having mid conversation, and he walks by and I go, "Ooh, I like him, babe. He's handsome." And then we talking and we working out and I'm like, "Ooh, babe, you see what he wore? You see what he got on?"
And you're equating that to a like.
But listen, but here's the thing. The reason why you're not is because you're sitting behind a keyboard, okay? But you also have to think about when you hit that like button, What makes you hit a like button in general? And I'm like in general, not even just saying if you see a beautiful woman. What causes you to be like, okay, you can look at stuff all day. I can look at stuff all day and just scroll without ever liking anything. And think about how often you scroll without liking something, right? All the time. So what is it about your brain and about what you're seeing that's being reflected to you that made you go that extra step to like it? So if you...
I don't think about it that deep.
You don't think about it that deep. You don't think about it that deep because it does go a little deeper, though.
Can I ask her a question?
Go ahead.
The one thing... Well, first of all, I don't like much.
Okay.
So... You got to really be doing some stuff, or you got to make me... If you make me laugh, you get a like.
Okay.
I don't care what the reason is.
Okay, but now we're talking about women's photos and videos and stuff.
Yeah, but I don't like women's photos and videos.
Okay, you don't.
But here's the thing. But you can tell that I watch them because
it's being shown to you.
It's shown.
Yes.
So I might not like it, but I'll sit there and watch the whole video, or I watch long enough for the algorithm to think, oh, he likes this, right? But
okay, so for you personally, what is making you not hit like? Is it because you think it's an inappropriate thing to do because you're a married man? Do you think...
No, that's just me being petty.
What do you... No.
It really is.
No.
I only like, when it comes to social media, like I said, if you make me laugh, I'm like...
Okay, what if she half naked and still making you laugh? You gonna give her a like?
Oh, no. If she half naked, no.
Okay, but why? So what part of you won't like a woman that you are clearly looking at that you find very attractive? Like she posted a typical IG photo and you look at it and you're a man, right? No one holds that against you, but you look at it and you like, damn, she look good. Why? But you don't hit like. Why do you not hit like?
Because Instagram will tell my friends I liked it. They snitching on me.
And who's one of your friends?
Because you, of course. Because there's been instances where there's been reels I liked, and look here. There's been reels I've liked because I thought they were funny, and there's been a women it was funny but then of course it comes across my sister's timeline, and she'll screenshot me. It's like, oh, I'm telling on your ass. What you doing? I said, did you watch the video? Did you look at the context of the video?
No, because my sister-in-law's have my back. That's why.
So I do it to avoid the stress of
having to explain why you hit the like button on a half-naked woman's video.
But you know I watch them.
I know you watch them.
And I've
watched them with you.
Right. That part.
I know you watch
Especially the ones when we talk about them.
Yes.
When they think they be eating and they don't. I'll be like, this ain't it. This ain't it.
Okay, but
hold on. It's like, so like a homegirl, I don't know her name, but homegirl who's on her weight loss journey, and she say like those things about the gym every day. Like she has said, I forgot.
The one with the clapbacks?
Not, I like all
She's my favorite.
I like all the two that do the clapbacks. I like all their stuff because they be dying. They make me laughing. I follow Crandon. I don't like none of Crandon stuff, but if it's Crandon and Swole together,
you'll like it.
I like it.
I like all their
Swole,
stuff. Yeah.
Right. But the girl is, I don't know what, but she was like, there's no, if your back is big, you don't get a rest day. Not Tony Fine, but she kind of like a version of Tony Fine. But I like all her videos because literally, every time I see one of her videos, it makes me laugh. And then like, let me go a little harder today because I don't deserve a rest.
Okay, but that's different.
But it's like I'm saying, but to your point, if you're talking about just liking like just random IG,
or let's just say Instagram models, Instagram baddies, half-naked women, because that's pretty much what they are referring to. But here's
the thing: the thing about that is that I don't follow any of those people. So the only time I see that is when I'm either going down my explore page or something's been sent to me. I don't follow. I only really follow on Instagram. I mostly follow people I know or people I'm connected through either through this podcast or my other podcast. Yeah. So that's not really a thing, but that's me. And I understand that I'm not most guys. Right. I know guys that follow.
But we also now know why you don't like the pictures. I don't, because you don't want me to be like, why you like 25 pictures? Now listen, 10 is my cap. You didn't like 25 hoes today, and I don't appreciate it.
First of all, I don't have time to go down like hoes because I'll be on our page most of the day.
Okay, so yes, that's fine and dandy that's not you.
That's not me.
So let me hear your thoughts on Be honest.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on men liking those types of photos?
I don't see nothing
on
wrong with it.
social media.
I personally don't see nothing wrong with it.
Hold on.
That's me personally.
Also knowing, right, that it could have some type of impact. Now, do you feel that way? Do you feel that way for both married men and men that are just in relationship, non-married men? Do you feel that way that you don't care?
My stance is the same. I don't.
Okay.
I don't. Me personally, I don't care. But
you don't think it's a problem.
I don't think it should be a problem.
Okay.
Right. As long as, like I always say, there's a line to everything. As long as they're not crossing the line. As long as there's not direct communication. Now.
But that could be a starting line.
That could be no.
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Go ahead.
But as long as they're not crossing it, long as the line's not being crossed. Now, my thing is like when you start liking and commenting, that's too much. That's too much.
Okay,
that's too much.
but here's the thing. You said when the line is crossed. Now you saying the line starts at commenting.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you the start of the line starts at liking.
No, I don't think it. I don't think the start of the line starts at liking because it's just like you said with your reference, right? I can see a young lady in the gym and be like, oh, she's beautiful, she's attractive, and I can like how she physically looks.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go over there and talk to her and say, hey, you look good today.
That's fine. But if we were working out together and 25 women passed by, I know that you have eyes. I see that she's a beautiful girl. I see she in the gym and she a gym baddie. But I wouldn't appreciate you telling me 25 times of each woman that you like. But that's the point that I'm making, Demel. That is the point.
But me liking her picture is not telling you. Babe, you wouldn't know unless Instagram is snitching on me.
Okay, but like you said, you just said the reason why you don't like it is because exactly.
But that's for my
exactly. But babe, listen to what you're saying.
But that's for my dynamic.
Okay.
That's for my relationship.
Okay,
because I don't want the problem of my wife, because we've had times in the past where you have expressed how you felt about me liking and engaging and
So were you commenting? Because we never had a conversation about you commenting.
No, I'm sorry.
I was like, now you telling stuff on yourself. You
I was referring back to my phase where I was like, where like Zoe Zaldana was like my thing.
Okay. Yes, I remember that.
And she was on my.
She was your screensaver. I never said anything about that.
You did.
No, I did.
You did. You told me you didn't appreciate it. You thought it was a little bit disrespectful, and I changed it.
I don't remember that, but okay.
Did. So I'm saying the way I move is that I move according to what you said your boundaries are.
Okay.
So that's why I don't do it.
Okay.
And that's why I'm saying like I don't. Even though I don't feel like it's a big deal.
You said it should be a big deal.
I don't feel like it should be a big deal or is a big deal, but obviously it is to you. So out of respect to you, I don't do that.
Okay.
Like even like my even like Des, like I don't even like Dez's pictures. And I'm on a podcast with Des. So if it's not a podcast picture, I don't even like that. I may comment something funny.
Yeah.
Right. But you don't see a like.
Yeah.
Unless she's actually talking about the podcast. Now, if it's like a personal, like a personal thing where it's just like a selfie or whatever, I don't like this stuff. I let her get her little 5 seconds so it helps push her in the troll way, right?
Yeah.
But that's because I know what my wife has communicated to me of what she's comfortable with. Now, do I necessarily agree with your stance? No. But also, at the same time, it's not something for me I'm not finna go to war over liking some random broad's
on
post
social media.
Because it ain't that serious.
Right.
Because one thing social media has told me, it ain't real. It's 100,000 of them.
And it ain't real. Yeah. Agreed.
So it's not.
I think, listen, okay. For me personally, if it's one thing where you're scrolling on social media and it's like a every now and then kind of thing, like you come across a beautiful woman or something or a video, and you like it, okay. If it's something where
it's the same chick every time?
Yeah. The same chick, the same type of chick, the same type of content.
Don't get the same type of kid.
I know, but I'm saying the same type of content. Like if I could see...
Hold on now. Because if you see my Explore page...
Your what?
My Explore page...
Okay.
Like if I open my Explore page, show you, it is nothing but chocolate.
Oh, I know. I know.
It be giving.
I can't with you. But
so Instagram clearly knows what I like.
Of course, because that's what you've been looking at.
But at the same time, I only get those when I hit the real button. Like I don't. If I scroll down my normal page, it's just people I follow, and I don't follow any of those people. So I don't. See
get that, babe.
Right?
You've made that point clear. However, we are talking on like
a grander scheme.
Like a broader scheme, right? So but do you not, okay, let me ask it this way. Do you not think that it is not valid for some women to feel a sense of insecurity, comparison, or digital disrespect to have your husband in social media world liking a bunch of other women's videos or following a ton of other women's pages, liking, commenting, possibly DMing like, oh, that was a great photo, or that was. Do you think that is appropriate behavior? And hold on.
Okay.
And do you think that there is not some form, like, is it not valid for a woman to feel comparison, disrespect for her husband, like her husband behaving that way on social media?
See, this is not a hard line yes or no type of question, because again, you always come to me with these questions with so much gray area, so much nuance. Where it wasn't really, great though. That's a yes or no. It's not an easy yes or no, because there's other dynamics that need to be there's other contexts that need it. Like
okay. If it's not business related.
Even if I'm talking about in the shape of the actual relationship you're in, whether it be the marriage or a relationship, right?
Okay.
Are you with someone who's insecure, right? Are you with someone who has security issues? Some person who, are you with someone who actually is against that type of interaction, right? A lot of times, if that's how you met that person, they might feel that that they don't want you doing stuff like that, right? So there's more than just is it right or is it wrong? For me personally, right? Now, I don't agree with DMing people. I think that's like text messaging. What you text messaging other people for?
To tell her that I really enjoyed the content that she posted today.
I don't think that's appropriate.
The content was great.
I don't think that's appropriate.
Why?
For me personally. Because now you're engaging in conversation.
Are you not engaging with commenting too?
It depends on what the comment is.
Is it the point of social media engagement?
It is.
Okay.
It is.
Okay.
But I'm saying when you're engaging in direct conversation.
Oh, okay. Like one-on-one.
Right. In the comment section, everybody can see that. Okay. That's not a secret.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
DMing is a secret?
It is.
It could be, yeah.
It is.
Okay.
That's a secret.
Okay.
So that's not, I don't do it.
I mean, I don't know what you do, but I would hope not.
Girl, you have.
I would hope not. I don't keep tabs on you, so I would hope not. But
you have my phone in your hand often,
and I do not go through your DMs. I don't go through.
They gonna be dry.
I don't go through your social media.
They dry.
I don't have time for that.
Sahara Desert,
or the desire to do it.
Right, I got time for that. But what I'm saying is that I feel personally that it depends on the relationship that you are in.
Okay.
Like I said at the top of the episode, I don't think that liking someone's post is a sign of disrespect or a sign, right? And when you talk about the comparison, right? When I say like, so if I'm liking so-and-so's picture, and now because I'm with you and you look nothing like so-and-so, or so-and-so is more enhanced in one area or not, now you're comparing that to me.
That's a me problem.
It is your you problem, because if I'm constantly telling you that I love you, who you are, I'm happy with you, but now because I like this picture, now you must think, oh, he must not like me because he likes this.
But is that crazy to think though?
I believe it is.
You do?
I think that I do think that a lot of times that some women try to pull things out of thin air just to cause a problem, because I can always say, a lot of times, I personally believe that women don't understand the extent personality will take you. Because a personality in the long run will outweigh looks.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
For most men.
Okay.
For most men. That's why some men will look at some girls like, oh, they still together, they've been together all the time. She got a fire personality, or she got something else that's fire. She's doing something.
Well, I mean, that part I can understand, because I think that happens for women too.
But knowing that, why are you now comparing yourself? Because here's the thing, like you said, I have eyes, you have eyes, right? So I understand that, hey, I don't know, either I don't believe I look bad.
Right.
I don't think I'm the best. I ain't Prince.
Right.
Really? That was a strong right. That was a strong.
Well, because I just want to take you back to your own words once before too.
Which was what?
No, which was when we talk about, like, for instance, when we have the conversation of the type of men that I'm attracted to.
I'm not like that.
You always say
like that.
You're like, I look nothing like the men you're attracted to.
But I
knew you don't really like me.
That was me joking, but I got you. I have you.
I know you do.
It's just like today, for instance, right? Like you said, the gentlemen that were talking to you in the gym. I wasn't jealous at all. Because guess what? She gonna be on my face later. You think I care about that?
My gosh.
She finna bust it open for me. Talk away, sir. That don't bother me.
Like you.
That don't bother me at all. I'm not a jealous type.
Yeah. But back to what you said about it depends on what type of relationship you're in. Yeah. If you're in a relationship where
type, it's going to be a problem.
Okay, but what if it's not even a woman who's jealous? It just makes her uncomfortable because I see that you're liking all of these women that look nothing like me. Okay. They're like,
but here's the thing.
But why is it? Hold on. Just like how you said, why is it so hard to believe? Mm-hmm. For men to be like, I'm with you, but I also like these videos. Why is it hard for you to believe that could create some type of comparison emotion or a level of disrespect in a woman for a man behaving that way on social media?
Let me ask you. Do you like Tart yogurt? Just plain Tart. You like plain Tart?
I do like plain Tart.
Do you like mango Tart?
Sure.
Do you think the mango Tart's jealous of the plain Tart?
Reese, that doesn't even make sense. It does not even make sense.
It makes perfect sense.
No, it doesn't.
Do you think the mango Tart is jealous of the strawberry whatever tart you got today?
Reese, those are people with emotions.
But what I'm saying is is that you yourself like Tart.
Yes.
And you like different variations of Tart. But it does not diminish the fact that you like plain Tart and mango Tart because the strawberry Tart came around. It doesn't diminish that. It doesn't diminish the fact that you like pistachios.
Reese, so you try to say because like I'm with you and you're a woman, but that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna like other flavors of women.
No, that's what
it sounds like.
What that means is that I'm with you, I like you, I love you. But that doesn't
mean I'm not going to be attracted to other women.
That doesn't mean that I'm not going to see another attractive woman and can say,
obviously,
oh, she's attractive.
Obviously. Right? But we're talking about the action of liking.
Okay,
the action.
But for me, the action of liking a picture is not big for me.
For you.
For me, right?
For you.
Right. But I don't do it because it's a big thing for you.
Okay.
Right? But what I'm saying is, in the general sense, is that for me, it's not really an issue unless I'm trying to now actively pursue the other thing I'm attracted. Well, not I don't want to say thing. The other person I'm attracted to.
Okay, but that's why I said we're talking about past you. Past you. Now, what you just said, unless you're actively trying to pursue past that. That's why I said liking could be a starting point instead of commenting being a starting point, right? It's like I said before, it is one thing to just like, random pictures, whatever you see every once in a while. But when you think about how people utilize social media and how we all go down scroll holes, if you're sitting on Instagram for an hour and you're scrolling and the only thing you're looking at is a bunch of half-naked women or the women of your fantasies or whatever, and none of these women resemble your girlfriend or your wife, and you've liked over 50 pictures and videos, and you've commented on some of these pictures and videos. Where do you think that is coming from? Because here's this one. No, hold on. Because this is my next. Hold on. This is my next question. Now, let's say you sit there and you scroll for an hour. You've liked 50 videos and pictures.
An hour is crazy.
You've commented on several of these videos.
That's crazy.
And she DMs you.
Don't respond. Because that's two different things.
But do you see? I think you're missing the point, or I'm not explaining it right, because I don't think you understand how that's how things start.
I think
that's how things start.
I think you're trying to explain similar to what she was trying to say in the picture. By me liking these videos, I'm now inviting the attention to me if she brings the attention to me. But
in your mind, you're not initiating or engaging at all.
I'm just liking the picture.
You're just liking the picture. But if you're liking and then you comment and then somebody shoots somebody a DM and then it's still all innocent. Hold on. It's still all innocent.
No, DM's
it's still all innocent.
No.
You know, like if I go to work and me and my male coworker, we work at the steel mill and we work together and we go to lunch. It's just lunch. But we go to lunch 4 days a week.
That's not just lunch.
How is it not just lunch? We work at the same place. We work the same shift. And we both have to eat lunch and we just so happen to do it together.
Because the environment matters.
The environment matters.
Because if it's just you and him going to lunch, you're now in an intimate setting with him.
Oh.
And that intimate setting.
How is that intimate? How's it intimate?
Because it's just
we go to lunch in a public place.
But it's just you two in a public place at a table. Are you with 20 other people?
Sometimes
that
we're
all
not.
Work that you all know.
Sometimes and sometimes we're not.
Okay, then.
But do you see the point of that's how things can get started? That's the point that I'm making.
No, I see the point. Like I said, you're basically double down on what she said.
I'm not trying to double down. I'm just saying I think it's crazy that you can't see it from the female perspective of how that can make someone uncomfortable. Even if a woman isn't insecure, and I think that's absurd too for you to say that by that must play on some type of insecurity on a woman.
Let me say this.
I don't agree with that personally.
Okay, let me say this. Let me say this. I see what you're trying to say. I don't necessarily believe what you're trying to say.
Agreed.
From my male brain, right?
It's so
and
different. Go ahead. What?
See,
no, females and males think differently. It's fine.
And I see what you're saying about how like she couldn't feel some type of way or whatever the case may be, right? Mm-hmm. Because like I don't deem you to be the jealous type at all.
I'm not.
At all.
Yeah.
But you also are not afraid to let somebody know that I ain't that damn funny.
Goodbye.
You also have said on numerous times he ain't gonna save you, boo boo.
Because that goes back to when she said.
Hold on. You've also said that once I'm done, he ain't gonna have nothing left for you anyway.
I'm gonna make sure he ain't gonna be shit for you.
So
I promise.
That goes to the point wow, whether you believe it or not that I would step out on you, which I don't believe you believe I would do that, because if you do, then I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah.
You still will be let it be made known that, hey, he's
not to be messed with.
Because he's mine.
Right. So
that's what I'm saying. The talking points that she was saying, that's all a territorial thing. Which I understand because men do the same thing.
Exactly.
It's a territorial thing.
Exactly.
Right? But as my male brain, but again, maybe people have different takes on social media than I do. My male brain will say it's just a picture. I don't really care about it. I would have my issue is when now the commenting, right? Mm-hmm. And now that you're commenting back and forth. It's just not a comment just sitting there. Now you're commenting back and forth. That's where I start having the issue. Because now I'm like, what's going on? Because now at that point, right? Mm-hmm. Because when you're liking the picture, you're just let it be known that, hey, you're liking what you're seeing.
Yeah.
Right? When you start commenting back and forth and DMing, now you're cultivating a relationship.
Okay.
That's where I draw the line. I'm not cultivating a relationship by hitting the like button.
Okay.
I'm just saying,
So you remember how when she talked about how the girl who sees that you liked her photo and she knows that you're a married man and now she can go back to her friend and make assumptions about what's going on in your relationship? How some men like to try to pounce on married women because it's a challenge. Mm-hmm. Women do the same exact thing.
Okay.
And there are women, who will be... Some could be jealous of what they think you have, and some women could play it like it's a game where you think he faithful to you. Oh, you think you got it like that. Let me show you because he likes all my photos, and I promise you, if I respond to one of his comments or if I shoot him a DM, I got your nigga.
Oh, wow.
But because that's how women can be. So when you say that and you speak about the territorial thing, and then she talks about like how when the girl sees that the married man liked her photos, that can become a challenge for her. So again, like when you say liking is just nothing, but if I see this guy who constantly has gone down my page and he has liked multiple videos, multiple photos, right? And I go to click on his name and I go to his page and I see that, oh, okay, like, you know, he's got this, or he's got a girlfriend, he's got a wife, but you over here liking all of my photos. I bet you if I sent his ass a DM, he would respond to me. But all that started with you liking all of her photos.
Okay.
All of that started with you liking her photos. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I understand what you're saying. I get what you're saying. You're saying liking a photo is just liking a photo, right? And that's okay because you're thinking with like your brain, liking a photo is just liking a photo. But not every man has the same intentions.
Oh, okay, then that's a whole different conversation.
But that's why I said we're talking about we're talking past you.
Okay. Then you got to.
No, I said that. That's why when you keep bringing it back and saying, but me personally, because everyone's not like you. Most men to the broader, the ones that are liking all of these things, obviously are not thinking the same way you're thinking. Okay. So for most women, they're thinking about what is the intentions.
Okay.
So it's not crazy to think that she could feel disrespected, that she could feel like she's being compared. That's not crazy to think.
So let me ask you this. Have you ever felt like I was comparing you to any woman's like picture I liked?
I never personally know.
Okay.
No, but that's why I'm telling you it's not like it's crazy for me
you
to
don't feel like
think
I was comparing you to Maya?
No.
Or Janae?
Why would I think you're comparing me to Maya or Janae?
Oh.
No. Why would I think that? Like I don't think that. But
or Jill Scott.
We're talking on a broader spectrum.
But see now when
a broader spectrum. And we see people who've had affairs on social media. Like it's not a foreign thing that people
affairs
hook up
on social media.
It's not a foreign thing that people hook up.
They meet up. They hook up. Oh, okay.
Through social media, and it all started with a like.
Okay. Here we go. Well, I mean, you know what happened recently with the influencer and her boyfriend or her husband.
Oh, okay. And guess what? I bet you it started with him liking content.
No, it started with him egging on her husband. They're already, it's a whole different thing. But when now that you introduce the concept or the notion of intentions, right? That's different.
Oh my gosh.
Because if you're liking these with the intention of getting attention, that's different.
Men being drawn to things that are physically or sexually stimulating.
Do you think that? So you think men solely like things because they want the attention of that thing?
Because they want the what?
Attention of it?
Babe, we're talking about something like very in particular. It's not just random things. Okay. I'm talking about so you think basically
so you think the average man likes a picture because he wants the attention of that person that he likes. A picture like
maybe in some way, shape, or form.
Okay.
In some way. I mean, that's fine. You can disagree. I'm just saying, like.
I disagree.
I mean, I could very much be wrong. I could very much be wrong. But if you're sitting there and from your own words, you tell me like how men can think about sex every 6 seconds, and then you're constantly looking at content.
47 times this one.
Okay, and you're constantly looking at images that stimulate that part of your brain. Okay. And then you're constantly engaging with that type of content.
Okay.
There's an intention somewhere behind it, whether you're conscious about it or not.
So,
because especially if you comment on it, if you like it and comment on it, and then you get a response from it, you just gonna be like, oh no, I didn't intend for that to happen. Let me scroll, let me swipe across from that because I didn't.
First of all,
come on.
Again, see, it's hard for me to have this conversation because I always refer back to myself.
But don't do that.
Because I don't talk about. I don't like to speak for men in general. I like to speak for me. So
I mean, it's just your opinion. Everyone has one like an asshole.
And your notion, have I? So let's just be honest about it. Have I seen a beautiful woman? Like, oh my god, like she is gorgeous.
I know you have. I've done the same. I've seen men, and I'm like, damn.
Have I not said? Had I not said? Given the right circumstance.
Listen, we've had this conversation
right
millions of times.
But so do I think I'm wrong for thinking that? No, I think I'm just a man. The problem, I'm wrong if I act on that.
You're wrong if you do what?
Act on that.
Okay.
And I don't believe that liking a picture is acting on that.
I didn't say anything.
That's just what I just
I didn't say anything. Okay.
But this is like this is so you. This is so you to be.
What is so me?
Yeah, this is just have. Just have.
I just wanted your reaction to the video.
This really just has me like. I think it's crazy. Like the way you guys come to these conclusions is wild.
I can see how you guys can view it that way. I can.
Hold on. I'm not saying that it's not completely. It's not a completely unjustified view on the topic because you have some men who will purposely do that. You have some men who will try to make it let it be known that, hey,
you ain't her.
And if you want to be in her spot, you have some people that way. But I believe that the majority of men are not like that. But the problem is that we take a small, minute part of the population and then try to apply their actions to everyone in their group, and that's not fair.
Okay, so it takes me back to my original question.
Because
do you think it's appropriate as a married man?
As a married man?
As a married man, do you think it's appropriate? You said it doesn't matter if you're married or dating. So, but now that we've had a little bit of dialogue and then I've introduced intention and stuff, do you think that it is appropriate for a married man to be on social media liking Instagram baddies, following Instagram baddie pages, commenting on Instagram baddie content?
Okay.
Do you think that's appropriate behavior as regardless if he has an insecure wife or not?
And my answer to that will be the same. It depends on his dynamic.
You're trying to split the baby. You're not answering the question.
I'm not trying to split the baby.
You are.
And my relationship.
In a broad view, yes or no? Yes or no?
Is it okay?
Is it okay? Do you think it's okay? Do you think it's appropriate behavior as a married man
to follow?
to be engaging in to be engaging on social media with that type of content and those type of women? Yes or no?
I don't think there's a problem with that.
You don't think that's a problem?
If you're just looking at the account, I don't think there's a problem.
Babe, we literally just said liking, possibly commenting. Do you think that's appropriate behavior? Yes or no?
Commenting is not appropriate.
But you're trying to like baby soothe half of the population instead of just like.
I'm not trying. I'm telling you what I believe. I like I said from the beginning, I don't see liking as a problem.
Okay. So you think you think that is acceptable behavior as a married male for a married man to be engaging in social media that way?
If you're consistently liking one person's picture,
what's the point? If you're still liking, no, how's that different? How's it different, babe?
It's different.
You're just liking the photo, though.
Listen. That's different to me because now we're not talking about you liking a type. We're talking about you liking an individual.
Okay, so what if what if you follow 50 of those pages?
That's wild.
What if you follow 50 of those pages and you like various photos from all 50 pages? That's not just one page.
Are those pages that are
they're all the same. They're all the same they're all the same types of pages.
Types of pages or same person?
Maurice.
See, that's different.
She ain't got 50 damn accounts.
But they're all the same type. But there are those accounts that just post pictures of random women.
Maurice, stop it.
All right,
because you're really trying. You're really trying. You don't sit here and say it's not okay to like the same person's page multiple times.
Especially with
but it's okay to like the same type of content with the same type of girl multiple times.
It's different.
But then to say that the likes don't matter. A like is a like. It doesn't matter if I'm on if I'm on her page and you go through and you scroll and you like 10 of her photos. You're saying liking 10 of her photos is not okay. But being a follower of multiple accounts that are just like hers and then having multiple likes of those same types of accounts is okay. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. Because I see where you're trying to go with it, but it's still but a like is a like. You just said a like is a like.
It's not okay, babe.
No, I'm trying to really understand what you're saying. You just said, right? Mm-hmm. That if you're liking multiple photos from one account,
okay,
you said that is acceptable or unacceptable.
It's just hard for me to try to validate.
What are you trying to validate? There's no validations.
Can I finish what I'm gonna say?
Go ahead.
It's hard for me to try to validate a made up space and equate that to real life.
But no one's asking you to do that.
But you're associating the likes and the comments to real life.
Okay. Because I'm just trying to get you to make it clear to me for better understanding what the difference is having one account that's Instagram baddie account and liking 5 of her photos or 10 of her photos, and then following this and following multiple accounts that are just like that one and still liking the same type of photos with different girls in it. I just want you to try to break that down for me.
There's no difference, babe.
No, you can't. You don't try to be like that. Don't try to be like that.
Because
I'm asking you to explain it, and you're now what it feels is that you can't explain it, and so now you're just gonna be like, it's whatever you say, babe. It's whatever you say.
Because you took what I said and you're taking what I'm saying, and then you're trying to mold it into something that is not.
Asking you to explain
what I said was
okay.
Yes. I didn't even say follow. I just said liking because you don't have to follow these people to see them constantly.
That is true.
If I said if you are liking one particular person's post.
Okay.
Every time they post.
Okay.
And you're making it be known, that is potentially an issue because now you're trying to cultivate a relationship possibly with that person.
Okay.
Right? If you just so happen to have 20 different pages come across and they all look similar.
Okay.
But they're not the same person. Okay. That's not the same thing. That is not the same thing. Because one is a singular person. Okay. So it's like like Drake 20v1. No, it's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same.
What?
It's not the same. It's not the same.
Oh, okay, babe.
To me.
Okay, it's gonna be one of those things where it just makes sense in your brain. I guess that explains to me why you can't fathom why some women would feel some type of way about it. That makes sense now.
I understand why women.
That makes sense.
I understand why.
That makes sense now.
I understand why women feel some type of way about it because women are territorial.
Okay.
Women are way more territorial than men are. Mm-hmm.
You believe so?
I know so.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead. We're done. We're done with today. We're done. This has been another episode where she takes the time to tell me what is and isn't okay.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Because this is the goal.
I don't know what he's talking about.
What is and what isn't okay.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but okay. We're gonna hop right on into our 2 cents. Good dialogue, babe.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
He seems a little salty now. I don't know why, but
the only thing salty is the chips.
It's crazy. Okay, here we go. Am I the asshole for getting a new nurse fired for accusing me of having an affair with my father? I'm a hospital social worker at a small hospital. My dad is one of the ER day shift charge nurses. A few weeks ago, I was in the ER trying to figure out placement for an elderly patient. When I was leaving, I had a chat with my dad in the hallway. Before I left, he gave me a hug and told me not to be late for dinner. I joked about how I'm going to order the most expensive steak on the menu since it's his turn to pay. I'm 27 and my dad is 51. There was a new nurse at the nurse's station nearby. Pretty much everyone knows that he's my dad. I hadn't spoken with this new nurse much though, and she didn't know that he was my dad. Apparently, she thought my dad and I were having an affair based off of what she heard and saw. She knew my dad's married to my mom, who brings him lunch sometimes. She immediately began gossiping to other staff members that my dad was having an affair with the hospital social worker, aka me. One older nurse that I've known for a long time immediately came to tell me. I don't think that she liked the new nurse very much anyway. I guess no one decided to tell her that he was my dad. I hate gossipers. I don't know what it is about nurses, but I swear to God, some of them really love to just spread rumors.
All of them.
I decided to not take it up with her, and I just went straight to HR. We both were asked to come to HR after our shift was over, along with my father. Now, the HR lady knew that he was my father. When the new nurse came in, she was asked to explain, and she said that she thinks it's terrible that we would so blatantly have an affair and that she was shocked because she thought my dad seemed like such a nice guy. My dad then decided to speak up and explain that I was his child. The new nurse was mortified and apologized profusely.
Too late.
The HR lady asked me and my dad to leave. They had a meeting with the unit manager, and it was decided that the new nurse would be fired immediately because she was still in her 90-day probationary period. My mom thinks that I'm a jerk and that I should have brought it up to the nurse instead of bringing it to HR when I knew that she was probably get fired. I think my mom is also sympathetic because she stalked the woman's Facebook and she's a single mom or whatever. I think I was right to get her fired because the hospital doesn't need a bunch of nurses sitting on their asses gossiping instead of doing their jobs. My dad was embarrassed and feels awkward about the whole thing. It's not the first time someone had thought that I was dating my dad. We aren't weird or anything, but it happens. Anywho, am I the asshole?
No, this is hilarious. Play stupid games. Get to it.
Surprises,
Look,
yeah.
Look. This is the definition of this is one time you should have kept your mouth shut and
Stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane.
Look.
Yep.
Worry about yourself, fuck nigga.
Shut up, stupid.
You over here worry about me. Yeah. That's about me.
But that's also why you shouldn't be gossiping at work. And then you on a 90-day probationary.
You're not even off probation.
You're not even off probation, and you sit up here and try to get friends by gossiping and thinking you're
not even off probation. You got the audacity.
You don't even know the ins and outs and the workings of the place that you in yet.
And then to just assume.
Because she looks younger and he's older.
And first of all, you don't know how long I've been here, how long he been here. You knew.
You know nothing.
You ain't trying to do no homework or nothing.
Not
you went
at all.
straight to...
You didn't ask another nurse. That was my thing.
Right.
You didn't even ask another nurse because if all the other nurses knew, somebody would have told you, girl, that's his daughter.
Girl, you just
messy. You're messy and you deserve to get fired. Sorry.
Yes.
Am I the asshole for putting a lock on my bedroom door after my roommate's boyfriend walked in on me changing twice?
I would have pressed charges.
I'm a 22-year-old female and I live with two other girls in a shared apartment. One of them, Maya, who's 23, has a boyfriend who is over constantly. He's fine, mostly quiet, respectful, but apparently does not knock. Last week, he walked in on me changing. I was in a bra and underwear facing the closet. He apologized and quickly left, but it was so awkward. Maya said, "Oh my gosh, he's so dumb. Sorry." And that was it. It happened again 3 days later. I was literally topless. I yelled at him and slammed the door. This time, Maya got defensive and said, "Well, maybe lock the door next time." So I did. I went to Home Depot. I bought a cheap doorknob with the locked key and installed it myself. Now Maya is acting like I'm paranoid and quote unquote creating an unsafe vibe in our apartment by acting like someone's out to get me. Our other roommate is neutral, but told me that she thinks Maya is trying to save face and that I should just talk it out. But like, am I seriously overreacting? 2 times is enough, right?
You're not overreacting at
You're
all.
not overreacting because the first time it
was
happened,
accident.
he should have knocked the second time
The first time
because
was-
he
right.
know what happened the first time.
He liked what he saw. That's all it is. He liked what he saw.
And if he doesn't live
Now,
there and it's an apartment full of women,
Right.
you know if there's a closed
Hold
door,
on.
you should be knocking on the door.
That was my point I was getting to. If you know you're in an apartment full of women, why are you anywhere but the kitchen or living room?
And why are you walking into rooms without knocking first?
And then why are you walking into her room? Come on now. I was born at night, not last night. Come on. He liked what he saw and he wanted some of that.
And then Maya, she too dumb to believe that her damn boyfriend is doing this shit on purpose and trying to make it seem like her roommate is crazy. Because now she probably thinking he don't want you. He's my boyfriend. Bitch.
All you had to do is walk up and say, hello, it's me. You ain't shit.
I was wondering if
I could beat them cheeks.
Years you liked me.
He trying to get them cheeks.
To come over.
He trying to get them cheeks.
Yeah. That's crazy work. No, you're not the asshole. Girl, find new roommates or try to find a new place. I don't know, but he did that on purpose. And
He like what he see.
And if you messing up the vibe in the apartment, then it's about time for me to leave or Maya, you and him can go get a place.
I mean, he already saw the Tatas. He's halfway there, seen everything else.
Goodness gracious. All right, guys, this has been another episode of the Life After I Do podcast. If you're not doing so already, please go ahead and like, share, comment, follow all of our social media platforms, the Life After I Do podcast. We're almost at 20K on TikTok, guys. So keep it coming. Keep the engagement going. Like and follow us on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. You get a new episode every Wednesday. Don't forget, you can also write into the podcast at lifeafteridopodcast@gmail.com. And as always, we'll see you later, boosties.
Peace, boosties.
Peace.